Hey Melbourne City fans, this is Charlie for Melbourne City FC, voice of a fan, and thank you for joining. Um, Thank you for listening. I just want to do a quick shout out to thank you for the support and for the subscribers. I really deeply appreciate it because my channels are pretty much early stage. Really is. I only started it last week, so it's very very early in terms of content, but I'll definitely be bringing a lot of content in the future. Definitely, something that I'm very passionate about, uh, as much as I can, and something that I hope will bring more viewers and more people that just want to hear a voice. Hear a voice of a fan. As for the first timers listening, I've been a Melbourne Heart fan since we began. I've gone to all the games and pretty much all the games that I can remember. A lot of derbies, a lot of ups and downs, but that's why we love the club because we're still there and we're still fighting. And that's why I support Melbourne City. I have a video about why I started supporting Melbourne City. It's in my channel, so if you want to, you can go back and listen to it. That way you have a full story about me if you're a first time listener. So that'll be deeply appreciated. And please like, comment, share, and subscribe. That'll be deeply appreciated because it's really I deeply love the support and thank you. So I just want to just a little bit of insight on my experience yesterday with going to City Square and walking with the Southside. I did the march and it was pretty exciting. It really was. It was the first time I've ever walked with the active, so it was a really good experience. The guys were, they were bringing the atmosphere, the passion, or the vibe that you bring to a soccer game, to a football game. And it was cool. There were family there walking with us. There were kids. There were people honking when they were driving by. There were people, they're looking at the us when we're walking, and they're smiling. There was nothing negative, nothing intimidating, nothing about it. It was just good vibes all around, and it was good because I can give you a perspective that maybe has never been said. I'm a GA member. That's where I've always been, um, and I can give you a perspective which I haven't experienced, and I can give you a positive one, which all I saw was positive, and it was great because all the guys, they were all positive, and what amazed me is that it was very very respectful, very respectful. There was the the South Side guys were there making sure no one went into the road. We were picking up the rubbish. The guys behind, they were picking up the rubbish. Anything that was left, they were picking it up. There were guys there making sure there were no pedestrians clashed in terms of like bumping them, or we would say sometimes they will stop and crossing the road. It was there were people there making sure we didn't be respectful. And it was great. It was really great. We had smoke bombs. They had smoke bombs going, and it was good atmosphere. It was really, reminding me of that active. It was really good, and there were kids holding them, of course, safely with their parents there. But it was good environment. It really was good atmosphere, like I mentioned, and also that's what I loved about it. Was very respectful. Making sure that no one was doing anything. And of course, when we got the smoke bombs, they told us, hey, don't bring it into the stadium. Don't do anything, anything stupid. Don't be anything that would cause any issues for them. And I saw that and I was like, yeah, you know what? That's respectful. You have to be respectful to them. And they're respectful guys as well. They wanted do the best they can to bring atmosphere to the team, atmosphere to the league, because that's what it's about. That's what actives are. They're passion. They're the voice of the crowd, and you need that in football. I think a lot of people outside, they probably don't understand how soccer culture is. And of course, I'm not referring to the negative in terms of brawls and being violent out in the street and clashing over violence and throwing flares to each other and stuff like that. No, that's the negative. That's only negatives. That's the negative part of the active, and that's not active. That's not the active. You don't base the active on that. You don't base the active supporters with hooligans. No, that's not it. That's not how you do it. The active is there to bring the atmosphere, and that's their job. That's their role. That's what they call active members, active supporters, because they need that, and it's a great experience to be part of. I'll definitely be joining the march in the future. Of course, it'll be great with the respect with the Southside. And I also got the footage from the march. I'll be uploading that as well, just to see how it is from my perspective. And it was just a great experience, and it's just something that it doesn't get talked about uh a lot, because I just wanted to give my perspective, what I saw, and it was a great atmosphere. It really was. And it's something that you need to appreciate. So thank you, Southside, for giving me that experience. It definitely was a cool moment. Because from you sit from the GA side in the northern end, and you see them, chanting and cheering, and that's what it's about. That's what it's about, and that's what their job is. Their job is to make as much noise, intimidate, not in a negative way, but intimidate in terms of seeing how much they support the team, and to support the team, to make as much noise as you can, to make sure that the opposition knows, hey, this is our home and we support our team. That's what it's about. And you just can't be noisy inside the stadium. No, you have to be cheering, screaming from the top of your lungs how much you support your club outside as well. That's the point. And if you don't understand that culture and just look at the negative of it, then you're never going to understand it, and you're going to think everything is negative, and that's something that's not football. Um, you have to understand the culture in terms of active, because you can't get rid of it. You can't get rid of the active, because they bring the voice of the crowd, and you need them. And so I appreciate it. Thank you, and I really really appreciate the support again. The videos. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Just for the support. Um, so I just want to say thank you, and hopefully you enjoy the rest of my videos. Thank you, and go City.